Okay. Behind me, the sun is starting to dip down to the horizon. It'll be dark soon. Like all the others, the wedding I'm about to crash is in full swing. I hear the music, clear out here in the parking lot, almost sounding ominous to me now. A wash of salmon pink light bathes the sky. I've never been so terrified in my life. Nothing like this has ever happened before. It shouldn't be happening now. None of this should be real. Getting out of my car, I hesitate, closing my eyes to the constant pain spiking through my head. I lean heavily on the door for another moment to steady my trembling legs. Just go, I mumble to myself, urging myself to figure out what is going on before it really is too late. The headache that I've had for a week now intensifies with every step I take towards the reception center. I can hear the music louder, the laughter, and for the barest second, I remember the excitement I used to feel being a wedding crasher. Smoothing my skirt, I take a deep breath and settle the vulture-sized butterflies in my stomach. Racked with guilt, I am here again, crashing another wedding. But it's not fun, not this time. I'm afraid that my time is running out, and I need answers, fast. As much as I hate being here, I had to come. This might be the only place I can find out what is happening to me. The usher looks at me as I enter the building. My eyes look up, up, up. He seems taller than I remember, and for the first time I realize so alarmingly skinny. Unnerved, I shudder. We've seen each other before, and as he stares me down, I expect him to demand that I leave. We both know that I have been lying to him. Instead of anger or annoyance in his eyes, something else flickers briefly. Did I see pity? Remorse? No, though he disguises it well, there is something absolutely sinister lurking there. He has been lying to me, too. He blinks, and a blank look is now in place. Hiding what? I don't know, but he's giving me the creeps. Involuntarily, I step back, still staring at him until finally he looks away. My shoulders slump in relief, and I turn to look, hoping to find what I'm seeking. I leave the somber, almost cadaverous usher behind. He does nothing to stop me. Not this time. My feet take me deeper into the room. Absently, I observe how amazing the reception hall is decorated. This is another very creative bride. I hope that she's happy with how everything turned out. I'm suddenly saddened and annoyed that I'm even noticing any of this. Shaking the gloomy thoughts from my head, my eyes scour the room. There is only one thing I want to see, and there it is. The obligatory photo booth is practically hidden behind a forest of trees glittering in the corner of the room. I almost smile. Apparently, this was the bride's way of making her groom happy by letting him choose something for their big day. My amusement immediately fades, replaced with the deepening shades of horror. She has no idea what she's done. Another conversation joins the agonizing pain pounding in my head. Get over there, I tell myself. We need to know. It's getting worse. I need to hurry. A quick glance back at the usher confirms my fear. He knows. Now, from his perch at the entryway, he is almost smiling at me, and I cringe. My eyes break free from his glare as I whip my head around, antagonizing my already splitting headache. He is the embodiment of evil, and a huge knot in my stomach tightens at that revelation. A gas vial fills my throat, and I'm finding it hard to breathe. Suddenly, grim thoughts circle around unbidden in my mind. How did I never notice how skeletal his features are? How foreboding his black, lifeless eyes always seem to be? And perhaps most unnerving of all, how could I not have noticed that he's been the usher at every single wedding I've crashed this summer? Would it have made any difference if I had noticed? For me, or Tess, or Rob, or Becca, or even Heather, how many other countless wedding crashers might have been saved if they'd known? Oh, why didn't I see it before? Another dark wave of depression hits me, and I sway from the force, a desperate sob escaping my lips. I shake my head and wipe tears from my eyes. It doesn't matter now. Finding this answer to a question I hadn't even asked, never even considered, leaves me horror-struck. dread fills me, but I can't stop now. I make a beeline for the sinister box. As I get closer, I am shocked at what I see, and the conversation in my head changes. Unlike the bright, shiny box that beckoned us before, it now appears to be ancient, grimy, battered. I'm shocked. This horrible booth never looked like this before. No longer happy and innocent. Instead, it's grim and dark and menacing. And yet, still it lures everyone into the sepulchral opening. Again, panic nearly paralyzes me. I stand there watching as a crowd of people stand around. They can't see it for what it is. No, they are willingly waiting for their turns, laughing and trying out the props that they will use in their pictures. I shudder to see them wearing the big Pinocchio nose that Tess used, because I have come to believe that it was cursed. It was cursed and it made her suffocate. And so was the clown hat. It was cursed, that bald head cap that Rob put on. It made all of his hair fall out. Or the oversized cat-eye glasses that ruined Becca and made her go blind. I'm appalled at the sight. And for a very long moment I'm scared stiff, shivering as the frozen fingers of fear slither up my spine. Should I scream at them to leave it all alone? To run away as fast as they can? Would they listen to me? Instantly I decide I have to try. Stop! My attempt to warn them is nothing but a strangled croak that results in an embarrassing coughing fit. Wheezing and sputtering, I can't breathe, and panic grips me all over again. What's happening? No! I try again, but I don't have my voice anymore. This time I choke on the breath I tried to suck into my lungs, and now everyone is just staring at me while I hack and cough and try to get everything under control. I'm now hunched over with the effort, but I hold my hand up to indicate it'll be all right. Another lie, and I know it all too well. Eyes around me focus on my hand. My gasp joins the others when I look too. A new wave of shock overcomes me. My hand is gray. And my arm and my hands fly to my face. I can't see myself, but I know that I must look like the picture at the bottom of that menacing little strip of photos that slid out of the wicked machine several weddings ago. At the time, the black and white photo was comical, unexpected. But now I know it was a morbid omen. Only a few photos had come out in black and white. In fact, most of the pictures were normal, in perfect color. But I distinctly remember how Tess and Rob and Becca and Heather and we all laughed about how funny it was that the machine must have run out of colored ink on that last shot. Now I'm sick with fear. My face, like my hands, feels cold. The pain in my head sharpens, and I wonder if that means that there is only a few minutes left for me now. Fleetingly, I wonder if this is what the others felt at the end. I straighten up as best I can and walk towards the booth. The pounding in my head nearly stops me, but I push forward with all the strength I can muster. I'm losing the ability to control my muscles now, and all I can do is lurch forward, scattering the paraphernalia all over the floor as I collapse onto the table. That's the best thing I can think of, to try to save them, since I can't explain to them how everything is cursed, how Tess died of suffocation after wearing Pinocchio's nose, or how Rob died of infections caused by having no hair anywhere on his body. After that stupid clown head, my head is splitting. The pain is making me nauseous. I feel like I'm fading fast. 6 people pour out of the hideous booth. They are laughing, still wearing the ridiculous props, the dangerous props. I helplessly watch as they stand around anticipating the strip of photos that will emerge. I look at the girl with the blade of a knife seemingly stuck through her head. She is laughing, laughing, laughing. They don't know. How could they? How could we? Having fun now, I hear one of the girls asking her friend, the one with the knife. Chuckling now, the girl answers, "Yeah, I'm glad you talked me into this. I've never been a wedding crasher before," she says. Suddenly, I have one of the answers I came here to find. And no is not what I imagined. There's no curse on the props. I understand that now, and I realize I did this to myself. My heart sinks. And I know the pictures. And I know before the pictures pop out that there will be one in black and white. The strength leaves my legs and I crumple to the floor again. The laughing stops for a moment. The photos are done. The sharp pain slices through my head again with finality. Their voices start to fade. Nothing I can do now. Look at that last shot, I hear someone say. The curse continues. I changed nothing by coming here. The usher's shoes are in my vision now, and though I cannot hear him, his words come into my head. Are you with the bride or the groom? One last time, the fateful photo pops into my head. I was laughing. Knife sticking out of my head. We were all laughing. The others will find out what happens to when you lie. But now, at least for me, everything is black.